Welcome to Beauty and the Gi, the podcast about Jiu Jitsu and so much more. I'm Jen Eads, a very tired blue belt, full of curiosity and not much else.
Just a little curiosity. But...
Just a little. Had everything else beat out of me this morning.
I'm AJ Klingerman, a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt, obsessed with Jiu Jitsu.
Let me just say that we are recording this at 7 a.m.
After 6 a.m. class.
After chokes.
It's not even light out yet.
No. I just want to go home and go to bed, basically.
Yeah, I get that. Usually I do. I'm fortunate enough to live fairly close to the gym. So after 6 a.m. class, usually I go home and take like a 45-minute nap before I come in and teach 9 a.m. class.
Nice.
But not today.
Not today.
We're coming
podcasts.
to you. 2 podcasts today.
Yes.
Because I'm going on vacation. So we are pre-recording one for you.
Yay. What's on your mind today?
We did a tournament this last weekend. That went really well. We've got Girls Gone Gi coming up. In between those, I'm going on vacation. So I'm just full of excitement.
I guess.
Yeah. Not enough caffeine, but excitement.
Yeah, for sure. We should have gone to go get coffee.
We should have. Why don't we think of that?
Because I'm tired.
It's literally in the parking lot, all bright and shiny and staring at us.
Yeah.
How about you? How are things going?
I'm just tired. I really have nothing. I have nothing.
No thoughts, just vibes. You know, we've done a few kind of intense podcasts lately, like with the mindset stuff. And also we've gotten amazing feedback on that.
Oh, good.
I've had
good.
so many people tell me that it's like Nicole, she was like, the last 4 episodes have been my favorites. Like,
wow.
They're so good. Matt was saying that he loved our like kind of book club thing we had going.
I like that vibe.
I think so too. Yeah.
That's the only way apparently I finish books.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have to record a podcast about them.
Tell us what book you think we should read next, and like let's kind of plan it together. You know, like we could you could tell us what you suggest book wise, and then we can pick, you know, podcast 205 or something to do the book club for.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let us know what you're thinking. What's your favorite book right now?
Yeah. What should we read? I assume it's jiu-jitsu related.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you know, mindset or health or self-help or something.
Well, in the past, we've talked about Atomic Habits. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's another one in there that we've talked about, but it's been a minute.
So yeah, tell us your book recommendations. I thought today would just be like kind of a silly podcast about things jiu-jitsu people would understand that other people wouldn't understand.
There's a lot of that.
There is a lot of it. It really came about because, you know, I pretty much have not gotten to roll this year.
Yeah.
You know, my shoulder was already kind of messed up before I fully tore it. Then I was like trying to rehab it, which made it worse, and then into surgery and then rehabbing from that and blah, 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 blah. So I'm just now starting to like roll a little bit, mostly with Risser because I know she's safe. Mm-hmm. And then a couple of the guys that, you know, I just know won't go after me too hard or, you know, like won't try to like really sweep me hard in that direction or whatever. Yeah. But I came home the other night and I had a bruise on my leg and I was so excited. Like there are not a lot of people that are like, oh my God, look, I have a bruise. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something again. You know, you don't get a lot of bruises like sitting on the couch doing nothing, convalescing, as my wife says. But so I was just excited to have a bruise.
I noticed this week, I was like, why do I hurt here? And then I was like, oh, because 2 days ago at Jiu Jitsu, this happened.
Yeah.
But it took a while to figure out, like, why would I hurt in this random spot?
I'm going to get my phone out and look at some of the posts because a lot of people said things only Jiu Jitsu people would understand.
Or wives of Jiu Jitsu people, because now Beth is like, are you trying to choke me?
No, definitely not.
No.
My chiropractor, every time I hug him, like after, he's always like, don't choke me. And I was like, I'm not going to choke you.
Do you go for underhooks when you hug people?
You know, not typically, because I love an overhook, you know.
Yeah, I'll kind of go for the under.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I don't like them very much, and then I'm just that very...
like little side hug action or something.
Yeah, no underhooks there. Get away from me.
Get away from me. Why are we even hugging?
Yeah. I should just go to some kind of guard and not hug them.
Just sit down.
I'm just going to sit down.
Like, what are you doing?
I'm just going to sit down.
Crazy
and play
kids.
guard.
Somebody posted gi burns, which is a really good thought because people are always like, do you have a hickey on your neck?
Oh, yeah.
You get like key burn on your neck.
Yeah, because it's not a curling iron.
No.
Not for me.
You're so strong being a low key insult.
Oh, yeah.
It is funny. Like, you're like, oh my God, you're so strong. It's like, no, I'm just good at jujitsu.
I'll take whatever I can get.
It depends for me, like who tells me I'm so strong.
Yeah.
If one of the big strong guys is like, you're so strong, I'm like, cool. That makes me feel good. But if it's just like one of the tinies and I'm like, I'm trying not to use strength. I'm trying, like.
Yeah.
Also, the opposite, you're so heavy being a compliment.
Oh, yeah.
I love being told I'm heavy.
You're crushing my soul.
Exactly.
That's like the highest form of praise.
And I think about jiu-jitsu is so weird where you're telling somebody that something sucked. Like, oh man, that was awful. Nice job.
Yeah.
It's like, what? But that happens all the time.
I think I said that today.
I hated that. That was really good.
Yeah. I say that a lot. Or I'll be like, that sucked. Show me what you did. I'd ask for that a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So funny. Somebody put how much it sucks to have to watch class because you're recovering from injury. And I get that. Like, it definitely does suck. I mean, that's kind of where I've spent the last 9 months. But at the same time, I get a lot out of it. I really think oftentimes an injury makes me better because it makes me use my jiu-jitsu differently. If I'm really trying hard to keep my elbow attached to my body so you're not attacking that arm, or I'm trying to not post on that arm a lot, anything like that, I do think it helps my jiu-jitsu get better as I'm starting to like do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And just the point of like getting to come in and watch, and it's hard, but also it's really nice to get to do that and like stay a part of the community. Danielle Guevara said, your best friends try to beat you up on a regular basis.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our students, Megan, is a tattoo artist, and she jokes about, people pay her to stab them. And I'm like, people pay me to choke them. So I get it. Right? Thinking it's totally normal to sit on someone that you just met.
Yeah.
Or like the weird positions that we like stop in. You'll be like sitting in a triangle or something. The coach comes over and is like talking to you or adjusting things, and you're just like chilling, hanging out there, and it's somehow not weird.
Yeah.
Or you're like laying in somebody's lap while they're
yeah.
talking. There's like, Gets weird, but it's okay. Oh, all the broken baby hairs in your front of your hair especially. This says my pinky finger's looking like crooked back roads.
Oh gosh.
I'm glad I don't have that. Maybe it's from not playing a lot of Spider or something, but like my dainty hands are still good.
I have to save mine for guitars.
That's true. Molly Rubel, she said, hips hurting because I trained too much. Take a break to recover. Hips hurting because I went too long without training. That's absolutely my low back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need to take a break. Oh, no, now I've gone too long.
Vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle. Oh, the little speckled bruises under your arm. So this said, I once saw those bruises on a stranger's arm and asked if they trained, and they most certainly did. Those little tricep bruises.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Also, this is not necessarily appropriate, but like my knee-jerk thought, like when I see somebody with a bruise, like a black eye, I'm always like, cool war wound. Thinking about like that they did it in jiu-jitsu or in kickboxing or something like that. Obviously, I don't say that to them because I don't know how they got it. Right. And like my next thought is like, I hope they're okay, or like,
Yeah.
But I definitely have that moment of nice.
Yeah.
And like, people will come into the gym and I'll be like, ooh, who gave you that shiner? Like that's a weird thing.
That is a weird.
Yeah. It's kind of like the weird random bruise that you get excited about.
That's true. Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Oh, bowing into weird places. That didn't even make this list online, but that is definitely something I do.
Really?
Well, I bow on and off the mat, right? Particularly on the mat. And so it's like the change from carpet to mat that makes me bow. So sometimes I'll be like at someone's house or something, and I'll be walking, like they'll have like open space, and I'll be walking from the living room into the kitchen. And I'll start to bow and I'll be like, nope, didn't happen. Nobody saw that. Don't know what you're talking about. I have been caught a few times too. Like, did you just bow? Yeah.
Nice.
I sure did. My bad. Everyone coughing in the room because we're working on chokes. It is
yeah.
Choketober here, so we understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wiping your feet on your legs, like it's a bad habit. Like people wipe the dust off on their gi pants. Have you not seen that? I definitely probably do that. I also do this weird thing where I like grab a hold of my pants or flip out my arms before I start rolling. Weird little things that happen.
I kind of shrimp when I'm in bed and I'm turning over.
Yeah.
I kind of do that.
Is Beth like, what are you doing?
No, she's usually asleep.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Sleep? I've never heard her.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole said, how pleased I am with myself when the guys complain about me supposedly caving in their ribs.
Nice.
Nicole's super tiny and trains with a bunch of giant men.
Yeah.
So
fantastic.
Yeah. December said choking your best friend out cold and feeling really proud and terrified at the same time.
Yeah, I can see. I can see that.
Yeah. The relief and disgust at the same time when you realize the stinky sweat on your gi is not yours. We were at an MMA fight one time, and this is a gross story, trigger warning. Our student fought and just was covered in blood. I mean, he was wearing white shorts that were red.
Oh my gosh.
And he had blood everywhere in his ears. He was like using Q-tips, getting blood out of his ears, like everywhere. But he was not cut.
Oh my gosh.
And so then he was like burping up blood. And I was like, oh my God, bro, that's not your blood.
Oh my God.
Right? So gross. He lost that fight. Terrible reffing. Or terrible judging.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But so I get that like relief of, oh, well, I'm not bleeding. Oh, that means this is not my blood.
Yeah.
Or sweat.
Yeah.
Somebody was also talking about weird things that can happen in jiu-jitsu, like getting sweat in your mouth or something. Mm-hmm. Close your mouth when you're rolling.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on bottom under a sweaty person.
Yeah. It's good advice.
Good advice. I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut, so because I want to sing.
I'm just gasping for air. Usually, if I'm on bottom, just getting smashed.
I just thought it was a fun, silly thing of like just weird stuff that is normal to jiu-jitsu people, but not really anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, because you're not going to sit around and have this conversation with your family, probably, or a lot of your friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what that episode is here for.
That's right.
Just put it on when you just want to hear some jiu-jitsu people talking about jiu-jitsu and there's nobody around for you to talk to.
Yeah.
Just come back to this episode.
Exactly. Full jiu-jitsu nonsense. We relate. We understand. You can't really be at Thanksgiving and be like, look at my new bruise.
Yeah.
They're like, what is wrong with you, child?
Yeah. I mean, you might want to choke some of your family.
That is true.
You should probably refrain from that.
Mm-hmm, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
The only single wing is coming off the turkey.
All right. You're right. The only rolls I'm getting on Thanksgiving are gluten-free.
Oh, that's even more sad.
Even more sad. That's all we got.
All right, that's all we got. Friends, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know on your book recommendations so we can do another book club podcast.
Yeah.
And you can find us on Instagram at Beauty and the Gi Podcast. I'm hanging out there at Brassy Broad Jen. Also on TikTok at Brassy Broad Jen.
I'm AJ Klingerman everywhere you go, except TikTok where I'm roll_model.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you
on the mat.